Hello, welcome to my channel, and I have a ghost story because it is time for a ghost story. This story starts out with my uncle. In the 1950s, he was a teenager and he loved going to the dances. And back then, transportation was a horse or a wagon, and he would go to the nearest town on horseback to go to a dance or just to go have a drink or to go hang out somewhere because they lived from the state where they're from is Nuevo Leon. The town is Montemorelos, and it's the outskirts. The ranch is called San Vicente. It's about maybe, I want to say 8 kilometers away, which is 4 miles away. But on horseback or on foot, that's pretty far. Well, this story starts out where he would go almost every weekend to a certain town. Depending on the town where it was at, he'd either go to Teran or he'd go to Allende. He was even known to go to Gualahuises or Monterrey on horseback, believe it or not. And in one of these nights when he was coming back, he jumped a river called El Rio Pilon, and then there's another canal. He jumped that canal and get the road to go to San Vicente. And this was at 3 or 4 in the morning, and he loved to whistle and sing. And as he started going forward, something all of a sudden from the bushes on the side of the road, because there's the river and then the canal, and on this side was all oranges, but on this side something jumped out of the bushes and just grabbed onto him as he's on the horse. Of course he gets startled, so he keeps, riding the horse, and whatever it was that had him from behind was talking to him in Spanish, saying, "¿Qué pasó, amigo? ¿Pa dónde va?" Like, "Where are you going, friend? Where are you going?" And my uncle was so scared, he said he would move his mouth, but nothing would come out of his mouth, just air. And he kept going, and his horse was uneasy, and just kept traveling and traveling. And this thing, wherever had a tight grip on him, and he said he could feel like, man, this thing was powerful. And as he was talking to him, he could feel his breath so heavy from the back, and it kept telling him, "Aren't you scared to travel in the nighttime by yourself? Aren't you scared that something might jump out and grab you?" And then he started laughing. He could just feel, and he started getting more scared because this thing was taunting him. He kept going 3-4 kilometers, and then you come up to the road where there's an old chimney. They say it's been there since the 1920s, and apparently was destroyed during the revolution. It was a big house or something, but that's the only thing that remains. Well, this thing jumped off when he got to the chimney. This thing was so heavy, it made the horse go back. He had to hold on to his reins and tighten his legs. When he jumped off, it's the habit of looking at what it was. And just before this thing dove into the river, he turned around and looked at my uncle, and it had a long face, and it snapped at him, and he remembered it having sharp teeth. And he said he just whooped the horse. He just kept whipping it until he got to his house. And where they lived at, it's in a ranch. So back in those days, the kitchen was a house, was one room, and then there was a separate room, not together, another little house. That was a room. That was another room. So he rode in through the middle, got inside the kitchen, and keep in mind, to get a horse in through the doorway by itself is very difficult. Anybody that can ride a horse knows this. Now, let alone you on it. Well, he was so scared, and I guess the horse was too. They got into the kitchen. Well, they heard all the commotion. All my grandparents and his brothers and my mom and all, they would try to calm him down. But they asked him, "Did you fall in the river?" Like, no. And he told them what happened. It took him a long time to calm him down. It took weeks, till finally he started talking again. And the horse he rode on mysteriously was deteriorating faster than normal. I mean, it died a few weeks. And he stopped going out at night. And he tells us, the nighttime was made for the evil side, and the daytime was made for the good side. So they say. But that's my story of my uncle, and that's my ghost story. I hope you enjoyed it. I have many, many more. Please click like, subscribe. If you want to hear more, please let me know. Thank you.